Welcome, dear listeners, to History with Herodotus, where we embark on a journey through the annals of time, unraveling the intricate tapestry of human experience. Today, we find ourselves at the threshold of a most pivotal moment in history, the Glorious Revolution, an event that would reshape the very fabric of England and leave an indelible mark on the world. As we delve into this fascinating chapter, let us first set our sights on the earliest stirrings of this revolution, tracing the precursors and origins that laid the groundwork for this seismic shift. It is the late 17th century, and England is a nation in turmoil. The year is 1679, and the air is thick with discontent. King Charles II, the monarch who had regained the throne after the interregnum, rules with an absolutist bent, his power unchecked by Parliament. This concentration of authority does not sit well with many, particularly those who had fought for the principles of liberty and representation during the English Civil War. The memory of Oliver Cromwell's republic still lingers, a beacon of hope for those yearning for a more just and equal society. As we wander through the bustling streets of London, the sounds of horse-drawn carriages and hawkers fill the air amidst the smell of coal smoke and freshly baked bread. We find ourselves in the midst of a vibrant city, where the imposing structures of Westminster Abbey and the Tower of London stand as testaments to the nation's rich history. The nearby Palace of Whitehall, with its grand halls and ornate furnishings, serves as the epicenter of royal power, where Charles II holds court. In this tumultuous era, key figures begin to emerge, shaping the course of events that would ultimately lead to the Glorious Revolution. Men like John Locke, a philosopher and physician, start to articulate influential ideas about social contract theory and natural rights, providing a philosophical underpinning for the revolution. Meanwhile, politicians like Thomas Hollis and Anthony Ashley Cooper, Earl of Shaftesbury, begin to challenge the monarch's authority, advocating for greater parliamentary power and constitutional reform. As we explore the historical context of this period, we find ourselves in the midst of a complex web of alliances and rivalries between European powers. The Treaty of Nijmegen, signed in 1678, marks the end of the Franco-Dutch War, but it also sets the stage for future conflicts between England and France. The English economy is experiencing significant growth, driven by trade and colonial expansion, with the East India Company playing a major role in shaping the nation's commercial interests. However, this prosperity is not evenly distributed, and many ordinary people struggle to make ends meet, fueling discontent with the monarchy and its policies. One of the primary catalysts for the Glorious Revolution was the exclusion crisis, which began in 1679 and lasted for several years. This crisis centered on the question of whether James, Duke of York, Charles II's Catholic brother, should be excluded from the line of succession due to his faith. The crisis saw the emergence of two rival factions, the Whigs, who advocated for exclusion, and the Tories, who supported the Duke's right to succeed. This bitter partisan struggle would ultimately contribute to the erosion of trust between the monarch and Parliament, paving the way for the revolution. As we have glimpsed the earliest whispers of this revolution, we must now press onward into the heart of the maelstrom itself. The primary events of the Glorious Revolution await us, a period marked by drama, courage, and the unwavering pursuit of liberty. Let us proceed, then, to the next chapter in our narrative, where the tumultuous years of 1685 to 1688 will reveal the full fury and splendor of this pivotal moment in English history. Welcome back to History with Herodotus, where we continue our journey through the annals of time, unraveling the intricate tapestry of human experience. Today, we find ourselves at the threshold of a most pivotal moment in history, the Glorious Revolution, an event that would reshape the very fabric of England and leave an indelible mark on the world. As we delve into the heart of this revolution, we arrive at the year 1685, with King James II, a Catholic monarch, ascending to the throne. His reign is marked by a series of contentious decisions, including the issuance of the Declaration of Indulgence, which grants toleration to Catholics and dissenters alike, but also raises concerns about the monarch's commitment to the Church of England. This move sparks widespread discontent among the Protestant majority, who fear that James II is attempting to restore Catholicism in England. We find ourselves in the midst of a nation in turmoil, with the sounds of protest and debate filling the air. The streets of London are abuzz with activity, as pamphleteers and orators passionately argue for and against the monarch's policies. The imposing structures of Westminster Abbey and the Tower of London stand as testaments to the nation's rich history, while the nearby Palace of Whitehall serves as the epicenter of royal power, where James II holds court. In this tumultuous era, key figures begin to emerge, shaping the course of events that would ultimately lead to the Glorious Revolution. Men like John Locke, a philosopher and physician, continue to articulate influential ideas about social contract theory and natural rights, providing a philosophical underpinning for the revolution. Meanwhile, politicians like Thomas Hollis and Anthony Ashley Cooper, Earl of Shaftesbury, begin to challenge the monarch's authority, advocating for greater parliamentary power and constitutional reform. As we explore the historical context of this period, we find ourselves in the midst of a complex web of alliances and rivalries between European powers. The Glorious Revolution is not an isolated event, but rather part of a larger struggle between Protestantism and Catholicism, with England caught in the middle. The Dutch Republic, under the leadership of William of Orange, emerges as a key player in this struggle, providing a powerful ally for those opposing James II's policies. One of the primary catalysts for the Glorious Revolution was the birth of James Francis Edward Stuart, the son of James II and his Catholic wife, Mary of Modena. This event sparked widespread concern among Protestants, who feared that a Catholic dynasty would be established in England. In response, a group of prominent politicians and nobles, known as the Immortal Seven, invite William of Orange to invade England and take the throne. In 1688, William of Orange lands at Torquay, Devon, with a large army, marking the beginning of the Glorious Revolution. James II, realizing that his position is untenable, flees to France, leaving behind a power vacuum that William and his wife Mary are only too happy to fill. The Convention Parliament, which assembles in 1689, offers the throne to William and Mary, who accept, marking the beginning of a new era in English history. As we marvel at the drama and courage of this period, we find ourselves in awe of the individuals who shaped the course of events. Men like John Locke, who continued to advocate for constitutional reform and natural rights, played a crucial role in shaping the revolution's ideals. Meanwhile, women like Mary II, who ruled alongside her husband William, demonstrated remarkable strength and determination, helping to navigate the treacherous waters of English politics. The Glorious Revolution was a period marked by significant achievements, including the establishment of constitutional monarchy, the Bill of Rights, and the Toleration Act. These reforms helped to establish England as a beacon of liberty and tolerance, shaping the course of modern history. As we reflect on this pivotal moment, we are filled with wonder and appreciation for the courage and determination of those who fought for their rights and freedoms. As we conclude our exploration of the primary events of the Glorious Revolution, we must now press onward into the final chapter of our narrative. The decline or aftermath of this revolution awaits us, a period marked by significant challenges and opportunities. Welcome back to our journey through the annals of time, as we unravel the intricate tapestry of human experience on our podcast, The Glorious Revolution. Today, we find ourselves in the aftermath of a pivotal moment in history as we examine the decline and lasting legacy of the Glorious Revolution. As the dust settled after William of Orange's ascension to the throne, England was left to navigate the complexities of its newfound constitutional monarchy. The Bill of Rights, passed in 1689, had established certain fundamental rights and liberties, such as freedom from cruel and unusual punishment and protection against unreasonable search and seizure. However, the road ahead was not without its challenges. One of the significant issues facing the new government was the question of Scotland's place within the Union. The Scots had been wary of William's intentions, and many had supported James II's claim to the throne. In 1689, the Scottish Convention, which had assembled in Edinburgh, offered the crown to William and Mary, but only on condition that they agreed to certain concessions, including the establishment of a Presbyterian church in Scotland. The following year, the English Parliament passed the Act of Toleration, which granted limited toleration to dissenting Protestants such as Baptists, Congregationalists, and Quakers. However, this act did not extend to Catholics, who were still subject to significant persecution. The legacy of this act can be seen in the modern-day separation of church and state, a concept that has been adopted by many countries around the world. As we explore the historical context of this period, we find ourselves in the midst of a complex web of alliances and rivalries between European powers. The Glorious Revolution had significant implications for England's relationships with other nations, particularly France and the Dutch Republic. William III's involvement in the War of the Grand Alliance, which lasted from 1688 to 1697, had far-reaching consequences for English foreign policy. The war effort also led to significant economic challenges for England. The country was heavily indebted from its involvement in the conflict, and the burden of taxation fell heavily on the population. The establishment of the Bank of England in 1694, which was designed to manage the national debt, marked a significant turning point in English economic history. As we reflect on the legacy of the Glorious Revolution, it is clear that this pivotal moment in history had far-reaching consequences for the development of modern democracy. The concept of constitutional monarchy, which emerged during this period, has been adopted by many countries around the world. The idea that power should be limited by checks and balances and that individual rights and liberties should be protected has become a cornerstone of modern politics. In conclusion, the decline and aftermath of the Glorious Revolution marked a significant turning point in English history. The establishment of constitutional monarchy, the Bill of Rights, and the Toleration Act all contributed to the development of modern democracy. As we continue our journey through the annals of time, it is clear that this pivotal moment has left an indelible mark on the world. As the great historian Edmund Burke once said, "The Glorious Revolution was a revolution that preserved our ancient constitution and restored our liberties." The legacy of this revolution can be seen in the modern-day democratic systems of government, which prioritize individual rights and freedoms. As we look to the future, it is clear that the lessons of the Glorious Revolution will continue to shape our understanding of politics, power, and liberty. And so, as we bring our journey through the Glorious Revolution to a close, we are left with a profound appreciation for the courage and determination of those who fought for their rights and freedoms. Their legacy continues to inspire us today, reminding us of the importance of protecting individual liberties and promoting democratic values. Thank you for joining me on this journey through history, and I look forward to exploring more pivotal moments in human experience with you in the future. That's all for today's History with Herodotus. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, remember that to understand the present, we must first understand the past.